Most people think power starts with money, or status, or intelligence, but that's not true. Power starts before you even speak, before you shake someone's hand, before you introduce yourself. Your body speaks first, always. And the terrifying part is, most people have absolutely no control over what it's saying. Every crossed arm, every nervous blink, every weak posture, every awkward pause. Your body is constantly leaking information about your confidence, your fears, your insecurities, your social value, and people react to it instantly. Have you ever met someone who walked into a room and somehow everybody noticed them? They didn't say anything special. They weren't the loudest person there, but somehow the energy shifted. People listened more carefully. They respected them automatically. That's not magic. That's body language, the secret language of power. And today you're going to learn the body hacks that completely change how people see you. Because once you understand these signals, you'll start noticing something uncomfortable. The world isn't reacting to who you are. It's reacting to what your body silently communicates. The craziest part is that powerful people rarely look powerful on purpose. They don't try too hard, they don't force dominance. In fact, the more someone tries to look alpha, the weaker they usually appear. Real power looks calm, relaxed, controlled. Think about the last time you saw someone desperate for approval. They laughed too hard, talked too fast, moved nervously, explained themselves too much. Their body betrayed them every second. Now compare that to someone who knows they belong. Slow movements, comfortable eye contact, relaxed shoulders, silence without anxiety. That difference changes everything. Because humans are emotional scanners, we read people subconsciously in milliseconds, long before logic enters the conversation. That's why first impressions feel impossible to escape. Your brain evolved to detect confidence and weakness instantly. Thousands of years ago, reading social signals meant survival. And even now your nervous system still reacts to those ancient cues. Which means, one tiny adjustment in your body language can completely transform how people treat you. Let's start with the first body hack. Space. Powerful people take up space naturally. Weak people shrink themselves without realizing it. Watch people in public. The insecure guy folds into himself. Knees together, arms tight, neck lowered, phone glued to his face like armor. Meanwhile, confident people look comfortable occupying the environment. They don't apologize for existing. And here's the dangerous truth. Your body doesn't just communicate confidence to others, it communicates confidence to your own brain. Studies have shown posture directly affects hormone levels, emotional state, and stress response. Meaning your body can literally change your psychology. That means confidence isn't only mental, it's physical. And most people are physically training themselves to feel weak every day. Slouched posture tells your brain you're under threat. Closed body language increases anxiety. Small movements reinforce insecurity. So if you want to change your energy fast, start with expansion. Open your chest, relax your shoulders, plant your feet, slow your movements. Don't collapse into yourself when you walk into a room. Own the space around you. Now let's talk about eye contact, because this one alone can completely change your social presence overnight. Weak eye contact screams insecurity, but intense eye contact can also feel creepy or aggressive. The secret is relaxed eye contact. Calm, steady, comfortable. Most people break eye contact too quickly because silence makes them nervous. They panic and look away, but powerful people don't rush to escape tension. They can sit inside silence without discomfort, and that instantly changes social dynamics. Here's a simple trick. When someone speaks to you, don't immediately think about what you're going to say next. Just observe them. Listen fully. Hold eye contact slightly longer than normal. Not like a psychopath, just enough to show you're grounded. You'll notice something fascinating. People begin treating you differently almost immediately, because attention is power. Most people never truly listen. They wait for their turn to speak. So when someone feels fully seen by you, it creates emotional impact. Politicians use this constantly. Celebrities use this constantly. High-status people understand that calm attention feels powerful. And here's another body hack nobody talks about. Stillness. Nervous people move constantly. They touch their face, bounce their legs, adjust their clothes. check their phone, shift their weight. Their body broadcasts anxiety every second. But stillness communicates control. Think about a lion. It doesn't move frantically. It stays calm because it doesn't need to prove anything. The same principle exists socially. The person who controls their movements often controls the emotional frame of the interaction. That's why confident speakers pause without fear. They don't rush to fill silence. They let their words land, and people interpret that calmness as authority. This is why fast movements often signal lower status psychologically. Your nervous system associates frantic behavior with fear and uncertainty. So if you want instant presence, slow down. Seriously, slow everything down. Your walk, your gestures, your speech, your reactions. Watch how differently people respond when your energy becomes calm instead of reactive. Now let's expose one of the biggest mistakes people make: smiling too much. That sounds crazy, right? Everyone says smiling makes you likable. And yes, smiling matters, but forced smiling destroys authority. Insecure people smile to seek approval. They smile after every sentence. They smile during uncomfortable moments. They use smiles like social protection. Powerful people smile selectively. Their smile feels earned, authentic, controlled, which makes it more valuable. Think about the people you admire most. Their facial expressions are usually calm and intentional. They're emotionally stable. They don't react to everything, and emotional control is deeply associated with power, because when someone remains composed under pressure, your brain assumes they're capable. This is why emotional reactions destroy social leverage. The moment someone can emotionally control you, they control the interaction. So stop reacting instantly to everything. Learn the power of neutrality. Sometimes the strongest response is no visible reaction at all. Here's something even more important. Your body language changes depending on who you're around. And most people completely betray themselves socially. Around higher status people, they become smaller, more nervous, more agreeable, more fake. But around people they feel superior to, suddenly they relax. Their confidence returns. That means their confidence is conditional. And conditional confidence is fragile. Real power means consistency, the ability to remain grounded regardless of who enters the room. That's why some people feel magnetic. Their energy doesn't fluctuate wildly. They don't desperately seek validation from every person they meet. And ironically, that's exactly why people respect them more. Humans chase certainty. Emotional stability feels rare, especially today when most people are anxious, distracted, and overstimulated. If you can become calm in a chaotic world, you instantly become more attractive socially. Now let's talk about walking, because your walk reveals more about your mindset than you think. Most people walk like they're mentally apologizing, fast, hesitant, distracted, eyes down. But powerful movement is deliberate, not slow in a weird way, just intentional. Athletes understand this instinctively. Military leaders understand this instinctively. Even movie directors use walking style to communicate character dominance subconsciously. Think about iconic characters in films. The powerful ones move with certainty. Their body says, "I know where I'm going," and certainty is contagious. So next time you walk into a building, stop rushing mindlessly, lift your head, relax your face, walk with direction. You'll feel uncomfortable at first because your nervous system is addicted to shrinking, but over time your brain adapts, your body becomes your identity. Another massive mistake people make is over-explaining themselves physically, nodding too much, laughing too quickly, reacting too intensely, leaning forward desperately. These behaviors communicate approval seeking, and approval seeking lowers perceived value instantly. This doesn't mean becoming cold or arrogant. It means becoming centered. The most respected people aren't trying to convince everyone to like them. They're comfortable with uncertainty, and that emotional independence creates gravity. Think about social media influencers. The ones people obsess over usually aren't the most desperate for attention. They create emotional distance, mystery, composure. Humans are drawn toward people who seem emotionally complete already. Desperation repels. Calm confidence attracts. And now we reach one of the most powerful body hacks of all: breathing. Most people breathe incorrectly when stressed. Short, shallow breaths, tight chest, rapid tension, and this silently destroys their presence. Because your breathing pattern controls your nervous system, which means people can literally feel your anxiety through your body. Ever notice how nervous energy spreads through a room? or how calm people make others feel calmer. That's nervous system communication happening subconsciously. So if you want instant control over your energy, control your breathing first. Slow exhale, relaxed jaw, lower shoulders, calm breath. Your body starts signaling safety instead of panic. And suddenly your voice deepens naturally, your movements stabilize naturally, your eye contact improves naturally. Because confidence isn't something you fake. It's something your nervous system communicates. Let's get brutally honest for a second. Most people never learn this because society trains them backward. From childhood, they're taught to avoid offending people, to seek approval, to fit in constantly. So they develop protective body language, small posture, nervous laughter, weak boundaries, hyperreactivity. But high-status people often learn the opposite. They became comfortable with tension, comfortable with disagreement, comfortable being seen, and that completely transformed their body language. Because power is not loudness, it's emotional tolerance, the ability to remain composed while others become reactive. That's why some people dominate rooms without speaking much. Their nervous system feels stronger, more regulated, more grounded, and humans instinctively respond to that. Now here's where it gets dangerous. Once you understand body language, you start seeing hidden hierarchies everywhere. In interviews, relationships, friend groups, business meetings, podcasts, politics, you'll notice who interrupts and who gets interrupted, who maintains composure under pressure, who collapses physically during conflict, who seeks validation unconsciously. It becomes impossible to unsee. And suddenly you realize most social interactions are silent negotiations for status and emotional control. Even dating works this way. Attraction is deeply connected to emotional energy. People are drawn towards certainty, toward calmness, toward grounded presence. That's why someone can be physically average but still incredibly magnetic. Their body communicates confidence without words. One of the fastest ways to upgrade your presence is mastering pauses. Silence terrifies insecure people. They rush to fill every gap with noise. But silence creates tension, and tension creates attention. Great speakers understand this perfectly. They pause after important statements. They let moments breathe. They don't machine gun words non-stop, because confidence allows space. Next time you speak, stop trying to rush every sentence. Pause intentionally. Watch what happens. People start listening more carefully. Your words feel heavier, more important, more deliberate. This is one reason deep voices are often perceived as powerful, not just because of tone, but because slower speech patterns signal calmness and certainty. Now let's talk about one subtle trick almost nobody notices consciously: head position. Weak people often tilt their head downward during conversations or constantly nod submissively. Confident people keep their head level, balanced, stable. Tiny difference, massive psychological impact. Your neck posture literally changes how others perceive your authority. The same applies to your chin. Too high looks arrogant, too low looks insecure. Neutral calm positioning feels strongest. These micro signals sound small, but human beings evolved to detect tiny physical cues instantly, which means your body is always telling a story before your mouth opens. There's also a reason powerful people protect their attention obsessively. Because where your eyes go, your energy follows. Distracted people constantly scan for stimulation, phone notifications, random noises, social approval. But grounded people focus deeply. Their attention fees intentional. That's why they appear more present and more intelligent. Attention itself has become rare, and rare things feel valuable. If you want stronger presence immediately, stop behaving like your attention belongs to everyone around you. Move with purpose. Listen intentionally. React less impulsively. Most people are mentally chaotic. Calm focus automatically stands out. But here's the most important truth of all. None of these body hacks work if they're fake. People can sense performance eventually. Real transformation happens when your inner state changes too. The body is not just a mask, it's a mirror. If you constantly feel inferior internally, your body will leak it eventually. Which means the real goal isn't pretending to be powerful. It's becoming emotionally stronger for real. Building self-respect, building competence, facing discomfort, keeping promises to yourself. Because true confidence grows from evidence. Your body language improves naturally when your nervous system genuinely trusts you. And maybe that's the biggest secret nobody tells you. Powerful people are not fearless. They just don't obey fear physically. They still feel nervous sometimes. They still doubt themselves sometimes. But they refuse to collapse under pressure. Their body stays composed. Their breathing stays controlled. Their movements stay intentional. And over time, the mind follows the body, because identity is repetition. Every time you hold eye contact calmly, your brain updates its self-image. Every time you stop shrinking socially, your nervous system adapts. Every time you stay composed during tension, you become stronger psychologically. So starting today, notice your body. Notice how you enter rooms. Notice your posture when someone attractive talks to you. Notice how you react during conflict. Notice your breathing during stress, because awareness changes everything. Most people live their entire lives trapped inside unconscious patterns they never question. But once you see the secret language of power, you can never unsee it again. Suddenly you realize confidence is not random. Presence is not random. Influence is not random. They are trained, conditioned, practiced. Built through tiny signals repeated every single day. And the craziest part, people will think you changed overnight. They'll say you seem more confident, more attractive, more respected, but they won't know exactly why. Because the strongest communication happens silently, long before words appear. Your body enters the room first. Your energy enters the room first. And whether you realize it or not, the world is already responding to the signals you send every second. The question is simple. Are those signals helping you, or destroying your power without you even noticing?